It's true. I support Jimmy Carter for president in 2024. I was reading recently about his 98th birthday celebration. And I was thinking about, when we go into the booths to vote in November 2024, he will be a cool 100 years old. Man, thinking about breaking through ceilings. That's just wild. And plus, Joe Biden would love it because he'd be considered the youngster in the Democrat primary. But there's really three reasons why I would vote for Jimmy Carter. One is he has less dementia than the current president. Second, it's a nostalgic vote for me. You see, I turned 18 just in time to vote for Jimmy Carter in 1976. Now, if you know your history, it didn't go well for him those years. Now, I was in college. I didn't know one thing about politics. I had no issues at all. However, being a farm boy, I did see the struggles that area farmers had financially. And when I listened to my father, other older men talk, they laid the problem and the reasons at the feet of government. And I thought, what? I just couldn't get my head around that. So I was open to voting for Reagan in 1980, which I did. But do you know what the number one criticism was against Ronald Reagan? His age. He was 68 years old. And for many, that was just too old. And I heard that. I thought that was old too. And it's true that by the end of his second term, he was experiencing dementia. And you know what? That happens to older people. It's okay. It's a part of growing old. But it does raise the question, is age an issue for especially national political leaders? It was back then. It is gone now. Age is no longer an issue. When I was looking at the Senate, there's only 2 seats per state. And of these 100 senators that we have, 31 are 70 years old or above. The ageism is a nonpartisan thing in the Senate. On the Democrat side, Dianne Feinstein's 89 years old from California. And man, she's losing it. On the Republican side, you got Chuck Grassley, who's 89 years old. And check this out. He's running again for Senate out of Iowa. He's on the ballot this November. I looked him up. He first won a seat in the House of Representatives from Iowa. Ready for this? In 1959, Dwight Eisenhower was president. He took a seat for Iowa in the Senate in 1981. So this guy, ready for this? He has had a chair somewhere in the Capitol building for 63 years. Come on, Iowans. He's not God, okay? Get someone new in there. I think age is an issue. And I'll let you know from my standpoint, there are 2 criteria I have for not voting for somebody. Number one is, are they a lawyer? And it's not that I am 100% on this, but if I can vote for anybody else, I will, if they're a lawyer. But the second thing is, if they're over 70, no, they're too old. They're just too old to be the leader of the world. Sorry. So please, people, when you go into the booths, use some common sense here. It is possible to be too old to be president.